now week 4, which is the final week of the first half of the bootcamp, which was led by Ed, or is led by Ed. And this one is about agentic AI. So by this point, participants are well equipped to start moving to agentic AI. And basically, the way to think about agentic AI is like you just have an LLM as a brain, and it has access to memory, it has access to RAG, it has access to tools that you give it access to, and then it can perform certain actions as an agent. So it has some agency. And pro tip number 1 is it's kind of philosophical in a way, but really just understanding how these agents work. For me, it was a really cool revelation that agents don't actually call the tools themselves. When an agent wants to call a tool, the LLM that's behind the agent, that's the brain of the agent, will say to your system that's running the LLM that you've created, it will say, I need a response from this tool. Let's say you gave it access to Gmail. So it will say, I need to find out this from your Gmail. Can you please make the call for me? So it actually talks to the system that's running the LLM. So you create a system like with code, and then there you're calling the LLM through API. So the LLM, and you say, and so the agent is doing its thing, and it's like, oh, I need to check something in Gmail. So it will say, can you in text as a response in the LLM conversation, it'll say, can you please call Gmail and tell me what it says? So you get that response from the LLM. Your system that you've created then calls Gmail on its own, gets a response from Gmail, and then sends it back to the LLM. So LLM it's not like an agent can go and pull these levers and access tools and write in databases or in your calendar or whatever other tools you give it access to. All it can do is still the good old-fashioned text, the back and forth. It's all done through text, like through prompts. It responds, and then your system gives it a prompt. So that's a very interesting pro tip that LLMs work in that way with tools.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, the LLMs are providing more of a glue than, it's not like the agent, if you're using the OpenAI API, some LLM calling via the OpenAI API, it's not like you're providing all of your emails in Gmail to the OpenAI API. You just have these LLM calls acting as a glue between that retrieval tool out of Gmail.
Yep, exactly. And the second pro tip for this week is route the calls to the right tools with your system that you design with code. Like let's say you give your agent multiple tools to choose from. I think the example they had was like if it has access to like a calculator, and what was the second thing that it had access to? So basically, let's say it has access to a calculator and your email inbox. So then the question that it needs answers to is like, what's 2 + 2? Something simple. Obviously, that's the calculator that needs to be used for that, right? Like it's a very simplified example, but in that case, obviously the calculator, there's no point in trying to search for the answer to 2 + 2 in your Gmail. In this particular case, the LM might make the right call, but in more complex cases, it might not make the right decision on which tool to use. And so that decision on which tool to actually call, which tool to use for a specific question, is better to be made by your code that you're calling the LLM from rather than the LLM itself. Okay, so that was week 4. And by the way, the agent that they built was really cool. Now, this is a cool story here. They built a digital twin. So basically an AI agent that is like your alter ego online, which has access to your LinkedIn, your resume, any kind of blogs you may have written, your GitHub repository of all the projects you've done. You can also add, some participants added transcripts of these bootcamp sessions to say, I'm attending this bootcamp, this is what I know. And so the agent was able to answer questions about like on an interview. Like an interviewer would be able to ask it questions like, oh, what do you know? What's your experience? What kind of things have you built? How would you approach these kind of problems? What industries have you worked in? And so on. And the funny story is that one of the participants had a goal before the bootcamp. So I interviewed every single person, and I asked, what's your goal for the bootcamp? And for one participant, the goal was to be able to land an AI engineering job within 3 months of completing the bootcamp. Because what they did is they're already quite senior, but they're mostly in building data pipelines, and they wanted to really get into AI engineering. So they quit their job and they were like learning about AI and they participate in this bootcamp, and they wanted to get a job within 3 months, and that would be a success for them. That's a successful investment of time and money into the bootcamp. And as they were doing this week 3 and 4, they built this agent, and that person actually used the agent at an interview. And so when the interviewer was asking them questions, like, actually, I built an agent for this. Let me share my screen. And so this is the agent now. You ask the questions, and instead of me answering it, the agent will answer your questions. And he was typing it into this interface that I think they built with Gradio as well. And so the interviewer could see how the agent was responding to their questions, and at the same time, the participant of bootcamp explained how they built this agent, what's in the back end, what system prompts, what RAG, how they implemented RAG, what memory they use, and all the things behind it, and they got the job.
So the AI agent that kind of everyone built in week 4 was this. It was kind of like based on their biography or their resume. So it was able to kind of answer career questions.
Yeah, on each person's resume, LinkedIn, any blogs they've written, any videos they've created, if they have. So anything you want that you can augment it with using RAG, and obviously, like make it interactive, give it an interface, give it memory so it can understand what kind of questions people have asked and what responses it was able to provide and things like that. And even like get a notification on your SMS when somebody's using an agent, you get a notification about it.